As someone who has played through Nioh entirely, including the DLC and platinum it as well, I wanted to show my love back to Nioh and recommend more people to play this underrated game. And today, I'm here to do just that. Before we start, I pretty much do fun gaming vids, so this review is from a fun perspective. So without further ado, let the review commence. For me, a good story is what keeps me playing the game no matter how good everything else is. The story to me is good until the DLC elevates it much more and continues where the main game left off at. But Nioh's story is much more connected and visually shown than any other Souls games I played. They also implemented a story with level design depending on the area. For example, when picking up loot, sometimes you get the spirit of a person who died there explaining how they died or what happened in the current mission. They even build up participation and backstory to certain boss fights off this too. Other Souls games might do this, but to my knowledge, Nioh and Nioh 2 are the only games that does this. This feature keeps me much more engaged with the narrative they set up in the opening act. Plus, some of the lines they say are funny as too. Another thing to add is that Nioh is a sequel to Nioh 2 and mentions Hideyoshi at least once, who is the main character in Nioh 2. Now with that out of the way, Nioh protagonist, who is a dumbass at times, is William Adam, the greatest swordsman in the Sengoku period as a foreigner. The game starts with William escaping from prison, no Schofield, but when William does escape from prison, his guardian spirit Solskjaer is taken and captured by his top op Edward Kelly, the game's main antagonist. And as the story progresses, you as William see Japan having war all throughout the country while other figures like Hanzo, Akasu, and a couple of others try to forge peace throughout the land.
If you not ball hog, then die.
To cover the basics, Ki in Nioh is a Yuji to your Toto, in short. In Nioh, Ki is your stamina, but Ki is also the foundation for the combat in this game. For example, Ki pulse happens after you press square or triangle, and when the red bar appears, wait till the red bar fully turns into blue and then press R1 or RB to perform a Ki pulse. Not only does performing a Ki pulse recovers your stamina back faster, but also while doing so, it increases your damage for a couple of seconds. Team Ninja is literally incentivizing us to be more aggressive in combat, and this reminds me of Bloodborne feature of getting health back after hitting an enemy who hits you. Also, your guardian spirit or living weapon is best used when either you're about to die or if the boss has 25% health left, so you can just spam. Your living weapon is really OP whenever you use it, so if you gotta use it, use it. But stances affects your stamina as well. High stance takes the most stamina from either attacking or dodging too much using a heavy roll, and mid stance is best used for combos and you can dodge regularly while also doing a heavy roll too by pressing X or A twice. But you can make the same argument for low stance. Low stance is the best used for dodging, key management, and several quick attacks. The damage in low stance is low as the name implies, but depending on the situation, low stance can be very effective. The stances is honestly the best thing about the combat because compared to from software, it don't matter if you're using a heavy weapon or not, the weight of your weapon doesn't slow down your dodges or your attacks. Another thing to add, Nioh combat emphasizes the importance of using Omnio magic or ninjutsu. Personally, I like Omnio magic more than ninjutsu because you can use more tools and also you can upgrade said tools to make them cost less than ninjutsu would. Ninja tools are still good to use, but it isn't the best route to take the whole game. It's cool to have a couple of ninjutsu tools like Storm Q9 for example, but other than that, Omnio magic would be your savior against all the bosses in Nioh. Now obviously, I could talk about the combos and the 7 different weapons you can use, but honestly, I want y'all to explore that yourselves and watch other videos like what 1000 hours in Niohs look like if you want to see the combat fully fleshed out. Nioh also has co-op, which I used in a video before, which no joke, it saved me from quitting the game against a boss. Nioh also has a variety of online game modes as well. To access the online game modes in Nioh, you have to go to your hut and select Torigate. In the Torigate, you have 3 options. The first option is co-op on a mission of your choosing, which have saved me before from quitting the game. Also, you can invite another player to join you mid-mission as well by using a shrine, but the second option is visiting other players to help with their missions, and last but not least, running face with other players, so 1v1s. Of course, you have main missions and side missions, but Nioh adds a twist here that nobody else does. They have double XP weekend. But for real, it's called Twilight missions, which are main missions being replayed with an increase of difficulty, but the reward being twice or sometimes thrice the amount of Amarita, gold, or just better loot in general than what you would get from a regular main mission. The level design is good and sometimes really great depending how far you are in the game. Team Ninja really sets the tone, setting, and theme really well, especially how it connects back to the storyline, so you can feel that sense of dread that's in the air depending on how far you are in the game. There's nothing bad about the level design in my opinion, but what I will say is Nioh 2 take this amazing foundation and makes it into perfection, while Wolong Fallen Dynasty completely on it and is multiple steps behind in terms of level design compared to Nioh 1. But overall, the level design is an 8 out of 10. With the story and gameplay combined, the replayability of this game is pretty good. But I wouldn't replay this game on the PS4 version because that's what I did, so if you can, get the remastered version for PS5. Overall, you can replay this game and still have fun, but Nioh 2 replayability is just better, man. In Nioh, you pretty much get a boatload worth of loot, which causes it to be too much at first, but Team Ninja found a way to make it worth your while. You can either sell the loot to the blacksmith for a little amount of gold, or you can offer it at the shrine to get more Emerita to level up your character faster. In Nioh, there is no such thing as too much loot, at least in the beginning, but that system is literally what helped me level up faster without doing side missions during my first playthrough. On the other hand, using the blacksmith early in the game is not worth it until the 3rd region. The reason I said that is because you might not know exactly what you want to do with your build, so instead of wasting gold, wait till you find your playstyle to upgrade a weapon of your choice or forge it as well. Also, even if you mess up on your build, you can restore all your skill points and Emerita by using the Book of Reincarnation. Keep in mind, when you first use the book, it costs 100,000 gold. Damn! Even more reason to save your gold, especially since you get better loot from bosses, random enemies, or the remnant system, which is providing other players Williams to my knowledge and getting their better armor or weapons in return for defeating them. Keep in mind, this is hit or miss because sometimes you get nothing at all, or you get a couple of things they got. I forgot to add, at the shrine you can also level up your guardian spirit, although it's not worth it because it costs too much Emerita that you should use on yourself, especially if your spirit stat isn't that high as well. And if you want to farm anything for more Emerita, weapons, armor drop rates, heals, and materials to forge more weapons, make sure at every mission to pick one of these options at the shrine. The music is top tier, but my only complaint is that sometimes, depending on the region or boss, they use the same thing for multiple bosses throughout the game. Don't get me wrong though, they fit the bosses that they do use the same themes for, but sometimes I just wish they had more themes. Because I heard the same theme against 3+ bosses, including the DLC as well, so that's why I'm saying this. But the music is perfect for the theme that the game is trying to encapsulate. But with that being said, that's the end of the video, man. If I missed one of the things about Nioh you like the most, please mention in the comments so other people have more of a reason to play this game. But if you like the video, like the video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And with that being said, have a good day.
What I compose be so potent that if the earth dried, I could spit back the ocean. Then hop on a jet ski and start west coasting. I'm not boasting nor bragging, not a person, I'm a dragon taking action in the heat of the night. So if the devil came, tell him that I'll be alright. I'm so high off life that I can OD. Walk outside, then sniff a whole key.